Hey, what's up? Very cold here. Ooh, man, it's 32 degrees out right now, freezing temperature. Uh, Definitely not raining at 33. Anyway, I want to shoot a video real quick about all people that are new to anxiety, or old, but people, the different types of anxiety. And today I want to shoot a video addressing a panic attack. Okay, panic attacks are they're short-lived, periodic, episodes of extreme fear, and I've talked about a lot of this, but I want to talk about it just as a particular topic, because one panic attack is typically what leads to, for some people, and this isn't to scare people with panic attacks, but it can lead to rolling panic attacks. It can lead to generalized anxiety disorder. All that can lead to depression. So it's important, and I wish I had known when I had my first panic attack what it was and why I had it. Okay, now a panic attack is like the volcanic eruption. It's typically, there's a reason you're having it, and it is not a natural phenomenon to be having a panic attack, unless you're being chased by a bear or something. That adrenaline and that glutamate and cortisol rush that you're getting, your body is trying to survive something. So, we have panic attacks, we have adrenaline to save our lives. We do not have them to ruin our lives, which in modern society they often do. So, first thing we'll talk about is why it's happening. It's happening because, take a step and look at your life. And you might even think, my life is fine, it's normal. But if you put it in relation to how our lives should be, how it evolved to be, how God had evolved us to live, then maybe it's not so normal. And everything catches up to you, whether you're 13 and having your first panic attack or 70 having your first panic attack. You could literally go from feeling completely great one day to completely shattered the next. And then typically what happens, and you need to don't do this. Don't do what most people do, like I did. So when I had my first panic attack, I blew it off, and then a few weeks later I had another one, and then they became daily things, and then eventually, I got on a benzo for it. You don't have to do that. I'm not judging you if you do. I'm trying to, though, save you from a lot of headache down the road. So, what are you doing in your life? Is there something happening? Are you in an abusive relationship? Are you working too much? Are you stressed? When are you taking any time for yourself? Every single person, including myself, should be taking some time out. They should be doing a meditation every day. Deep breathing, okay? Diaphragmatic breathing. Google diaphragmatic breathing. You're going to breathe through your nose, but you're going to breathe into your stomach. Most people, especially people with anxiety and panics, are chest breathers. I've conditioned myself to be a stomach breather, which is one of the reasons why I don't get panic attacks anymore. So, you want to become a stomach breather. Because when you breathe in your chest, it's a lot of short breaths. Deep breathing, what it does is it signals the parasympathetic nervous system to come into action. That way, it can override the sympathetic nervous system. Alright, so something in your life is off balance. It could be diet, it could be you're having too much caffeine, too much sugar, it's finally catching up to you. It more than likely is something environmental, as in toxic relationship, or just stress or overwork. These are all things that will lead to your first and panic attack. And then your second panic attack, third panic attacks. But also nightmares can have impacts if you're surrounding yourself with negative things, negative even television shows or movies. You have a nightmare, you can wake up in a panic attack, but subsequent panic attacks can be caused from the fear of the first panic attack. So you start to fear where you had your panic attack. If you're driving, you don't want to drive anymore. If you're in your bed, you don't want to lay in that bed anymore. So you start to, and these avoidance behaviors are really where you're going to start to have problems. If you start avoiding those areas, your brain is going to start building up a protective mesh in your mind that you can't do this thing, you can't go that place. And as panic attacks become more prominent, if they do, then that's when you will definitely start to insulate yourself. I've been through all this, and it was hell, and I had no one to explain it to me. I did take a pill, and it was a magic fairy dust called Xanax at the time, but that's not a permanent solution. And if someone had told me in the beginning there was, all this, I probably never would have taken the med, or I would have taken it very sparingly. If you take it just for during a panic attack, that's fine. But if you're taking it daily, then a lot of people would argue that's not a good thing. That's not what this message is about. Okay, so the next step is, okay, well, what do you do when you're in a panic attack? Oh, that's great. Raining, that's all. I get it. That's all good. That sounds. I'm glad you know what it is. But knowing is half the battle, because if you know that you're not going crazy, you know that everybody gets these things and it affects a fourth of people worldwide, and even more have had a panic attack. So if you know that, that's half the battle. Now, when you're in one, you try to tell yourself these things. It's probably not going to happen because you're in a survival mode. You're not going to have the ability to think that clearly. So the advice of when you're in one, there are options medication-wise. Propranolol, which is, I wish I had been known about, or Indorel, which is a beta blocker, slows the heart rate. But if you're just trying, you don't want to fight against it. I know it sounds crazy, but you want to let it come. You want to tell the panic, treat it as a demon, and it may very well be a demon. Okay, I don't know, but if whatever it is, treat it as a demon and say, for me personally, as a Christian, a struggling Christian right now, but I try to pray and allow the Holy Spirit to take that away. But I'm doing the deep breathing. You have to do the deep breathing. You have to slow yourself down. You got to do the deep diaphragmatic breathing, deep into the nose, hold into the stomach, release out through the mouth. That should trigger the parasympathetic nervous system. And then you have you just have to ride that thing out, and you have to just not try to fight it. You just have to say, come on, give me your worst, whatever. You're not going to kill me. I've had one before. I'm just stressed right now. It's fine. I'm going to be okay. It'll pass, and tomorrow I'm going to feel great. If you can get yourself into that message, then you're going to be good. So deliver that message to yourself. And the biggest thing is that you don't want to fear, because you're going to be pouring gas on fire. It's like running around the house. Oh my gosh, the stove is on fire. What do I do? And you grab a can of gas instead of a fire hydrant, and then you use that. No, you don't want to do that. So we don't fight fire with fire. You don't fight fear with fear. So you want to just, I know it's easier said than done, but I have done it. And when you get to that point where you're just like, okay, I'm gonna have this. It's not gonna last. I'm not gonna be scared of it as much as I can be. Then it's not gonna be able to. That demon is not gonna be able to take hold of you. So I would pray. I would ask for the blessings of God and Christ to wash over you. I would expel the demon in Christ's name. I would do deep breathing, and I would just try not to fear that. It's called acceptance. You just want to accept this is happening, and then after the fact, that's where you're going to be shaking and fearful and scared. Like, what do I do? What am I going to do? Is it going to happen again? Can I ever sleep again? Can I ever do this thing again? Is my life ruined? You're going to have all these thoughts, and you just slap yourself. Oh my God, you had a panic attack. It's okay. It's okay. What you need to think about is, what have I been doing? Okay, yes, I really have been overworking. I've been drinking a lot of caffeine. Finally, maybe the things that you used to be able to get away with are just you're not able to get away with. Are you exercising? We have to have a release of adrenaline. We have to be doing that cardio. So are you exercising? Are you eating right? Just start putting those pistons back into balance so that your engines can start firing correctly. That's the best advice I can give on these matters. Now, don't let it happen. And if it continues to happen and you just can't get control of it, obviously see a medical professional. Usually, probably want to start with a therapist. There are tons of supplements that I didn't know about that can help during this time, and that could be a whole different topic, but there's a lot of supplements that can help with those things. If you need some type of external remedy. So phosphatidylserine lowers cortisol. These are things that are really preventative, so not really take it during a panic attack. The only thing that you can probably take during a panic attack to stop it really quick, like on a medical level, some people get lucky with like weed and stuff, but I don't recommend that. It doesn't work for me. But would be like a Xanax or a benzo and stuff. So, and some people have like 5 panic attacks a year and they have Xanax. Who cares? I mean, they work fine for that. They're perfect for that. And just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Basically, as I was saying, and sorry to make this video long, and you could have hung up on me already, but I've already given out some very good information. But just don't let it control you, okay? Just don't let it be who you are. Takeaways are: panic attack is just a can I talk today? Okay, words. Manifestation. It's a manifestation of an underlying cause. Something that's been going on, something that's been building up. It's not just out of the blue happening, unless there's a tiger and chasing you through your living room. So figure out what the cause is. You know, for me, it was a miracle I didn't have a panic attack before 23 years old, considering the amount of stress that I was under. My body really did help somehow deal with that. But for me, it was just probably everything. Poor, you know, if you want to look at lifestyle, I had poor diet, very poor diet. I drank a lot, binge drinking on weekends. And also I had a lot of fear, a lot of stress, constant working since I was 13 years old. All right, buddy, go. You know, do not know how four-way stops work. Okay. But yeah, so that's, you know, for me, it was like, whoa, you know, and I'm only learning now, or years later, that those are all things that had led to that acute situation. So just know that there's something going on, and it's not life-threatening at all. There's nothing wrong with you. Yes, see your doctor and check it out. Make sure you don't have anything, you know, because some people, and I never was this way, but some people will think, oh, I have something seriously wrong with me, and then there's, you know, you can develop health anxiety, and thank God I never had that. You know, I have a bunch of crap going on, like, but mood disorder, stuff like that. But you know, health anxiety, where you think that you're actually having a heart attack, there's actually something wrong with your heart. You know, if you really think that, and it's very unlikely, and I'm not saying you don't, so definitely go to the doctor if you think that you have something going on. There's a guy called the Anxiety Guy, and you can watch him. I stopped watching him because he's amazing, but actually I had talked to him once. He's got like millions of followers, and by the way, subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can do live videos. I'm like 40-50 people short. So he had health anxiety, and he was scared that he was having a heart attack constantly, and calling the emergency room and stuff like that. I never thought I had anything wrong with me physically. I knew it was just anxiety, but to me it didn't really make a difference. It was, you know, so. But if you want to get checked out, so you cross that off, and you don't have, and if that's going to help you feel better about, okay, I don't have anything seriously wrong with me, this is just what Raining was talking about, and this is just anxiety, this is what my doctor said it was, then start to follow those lifestyle changes. You know, your body is telling you something is wrong. It's just a warning light on saying maintenance due, check engine. That doesn't mean your engine is failing. That means you need an oil change. So figure out that, you know, that's my advice to you guys. God bless you. I hope you have a good day. And once again, panic attacks, not the end of the world. You're going to be fine. You're going to get through it. Leave comments. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.